Hi guys, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how I cut and sew this beautiful cape blouse. So for the skirt, I've already uploaded it some days ago, and I will leave the link to the skirt in the description box of this video. So let's start. I fold my material into two. I will measure 2 inches on the back for zip. After doing that, I will fold again to give me into 4. I'm going to measure half length. I remove 4 inches from my tape and measure half length 16 inches plus 1 inch to sew. I will sew with half inch on the waist and half inch on the top. So still placing my tape this way, I will measure 8.5 inches. Bust is 36 inches, divided by 4 is 9 inches plus sewing allowance. Waist is 32 inches, divided by 4 is 8 inches plus sewing allowance. So I measure chest 7 inches. I measure 7 inches and I'm going to mark for armhole. Like that, I will cut. So I notch the back for zip. I measure 4 inches on the waist for that. So this for the cape. I measure 10 inches by 44 inches for the cape plus sewing allowance. I'm going to fold into 2. So I place on top. I measure cape is 44 inches plus sewing allowance, and I'm going to mark the way I'm going to sew on the shoulder. So the way I mark is the way I'm going to sew, just like this. So this is how the front is, and with the cape, this is how I will place on it and sew and bring to the right side. But before I do that, I will first cut the lining. So I'm going to cut the lining for the front and the back. and notch. So I'm going to sew the lining and the main material. I will sew armhole and the two sides. I will do the same on the back. I will sew armhole, side, and where I will sew zip on. After doing that, before I will sew cape. So I'm going to mark the neckline and the cape. Please pay attention to this part, very important. So I mark, so I'm going to join the shoulder, or you can call it sleeve. I'm going to join on the right side and on the left side. I'm going to sew this way. I'm not going to sew straight, just curve like that on both sides. So I'm done sewing the armhole in the side. So I'll bring the right side out. Then I will iron. So I'm going to sew that. So I'm done sewing the cape, the shoulder, and the back. This is the front, this is the back. So this is the shoulder or the sleeve. The back is open, the front is also open. I didn't sew the back and the front, I only sew the shoulder. So I will bring the right side out and iron. So this is how it is right now. So you can see where I notch with 1/2 inch both the back and the front. So I'm going to sew on it now, so you can see the way it is. I place on the back, I will sew this way. After sewing, I will bring it to the right side. This for the back, this for the back. So I'm done sewing. This is the sleeve or the shoulder, this is the back, the front. So I'm going to sew on this side now. So I'm going to notch and iron. So this is the back for zip. So this is how it looks like. So I will notch. This is the second back. After that I will iron. So what I'm going to do now is to sew on the side. I will measure bust and waist, so you can see the way the collar is. So you can see the way the collar is. I will sew the two sides. I'm done joining these two sides. This is the front. Half length is 16 inches. You can see I remove 4 inches from the tape, 16 inches, and I'm going to cut the down part now. Full length of the blouse is 24 inches. So 16 inches plus 8 inches. Then I add 2 inches to hem on the bottom. So this is it. So I measure 10 inches by 3 yards. 10 inches by 3 yards. I measure lining 8 inches by 1.5 yard. 8 inches by 1.5 yard. So for the green one, I measure 3 inches. I measure 3 inches and I sew with 1/2 inch. So the remaining 2.5 inches I will bring this way and stitch down with 1/2 inch. So I have 2 inches remaining. I will sew round. So I'm going to make case plints on the waist. I'm going to sew case plints on the waist. Please also pay attention to this part. So this is how I plint to the right and to the left inside to make case plints after sewing, and I'm going to sew around the waist. After that, before I will sew the lining. So I'm done sewing the down part and I remove 5 inches for zip. So I'm done sewing the case plinth. This is how it looks like. I'm done sewing on the waist. I'm going to sew lining now. So I'm going to sew the lining. I will measure 5 inches and sew after 5 inches and leave 5 inches open for zip. So I'm going to plinth the lining on the waist. Lining is 8 inches by 1.5 yard. I'm going to plinth on the waist. After I finish sewing on the waist, I will sew zip on the back. So when I'm going to sew zip on the back, I will raise the cape up and sew zip. Like I said, I will leave the video link to the skirt in the description box or in the comment section. So this is the finished look. I sew hook and eye on the back. So I'm done sewing, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new, please subscribe and remember the notification bell. If you have any question concerning this video, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.